So I had a question with the Crowder case. I told you I was going to bring this up. Why, you said on stream there's some information behind the scenes, but if you're willing to say, this vague stuff, like what is it?
So officially my stance is, aside from what I've already said, Crowder and I currently work for, and he used to work for Blaze TV. We do actually have, some NDAs and non-disparagements, so I will not be commenting further. And I know that's frustrating, but that's why I'm not.
But then why did you make
I'm on Crowder's side.
Yeah, but why did you make like 5 videos on it if you're going to say now I can't comment?
Because she can say whatever the fuck she wants.
What is not publicly available.
Okay.
I can talk about what publicly is out there.
Okay. So publicly, Hillary on video said he wasn't abusive. Why was that not reported on?
About him not being abusive?
Yeah, it was on video.
I mean, and so, I have problems with
you
the
had
way
something where you alluded in your video on him that he was abusive after you played the clip of him talking to his wife. So my question is, if you're going to report on that, why did you not report on the video of her saying he wasn't?
He wasn't abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Which video you're talking about? Was the one that I recently did with Jared?
It was no, not the one where you did with Jared. I'm saying there was video.
Just so everyone knows, I got a whole batch of new slime recently from Slime Obsidian, and I really should get a sponsorship from them. Honestly, this is a Fruit Loop slime, and it's just like very kind of gooey, and it's got like these Fruit Loop type charms. But the best part about this one is it smells like Fruity Pebbles. They say it smells, I don't think it smells like Fruit Loops specifically. I just think it smells like Fruity Pebbles. And it's delightful.
Of Hillary Crowder saying that Stephen was not abusive. And all of the conservatives were super willing to throw him under the bus.
It's like playing with a marshmallow.
A ton of money off of it, except for Tim.
A marshmallow.
Except for Tim. You were the only one who I thought was fair. I really did. I have never been so disappointed in conservatives because
with Stephen, and I think with Stephen, like if it were just his divorce, wouldn't have talked about it, but he is someone who's in this industry who has a pattern of basically blowing up personal relationships. And I think
but that doesn't make him an abuser, right? You can be an asshole, but that doesn't make you abusive.
I definitely don't think he's like physically abusive or anything like that.
Well, yeah, but you alluded that he was like you said that he was abusing his wife.
I never buy it when I hear someone say such and such has a pattern of like blowing up personal relationships. And the reason I don't buy it is this. I have so many people say that about me. They're like, she gets in fights with everyone. She blows up personal relationships. Most of the people say that I blow up personal relationships with, I have literally never had a personal relationship with. Like, I may have spoken to them one time, maybe exchanged a tweet, and then I express an opinion about something they've said or something they've done that I don't like, and I don't know them. We don't talk. Like, I've never even had an offline conversation with them, and all of a sudden I'm blowing up a personal relationship. Like, no, I don't accept that. I am not required to be nice to everyone. I'm not required to say like what everyone wants me to say. I'm not required to, not say things that people find inconvenient. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that James Lindsay continuing to say I'm borderline devaluing him. I've spoken to James Lindsay like 3 times in my life. I stopped listening to James Lindsay literally 3 years ago. But apparently in James Lindsay's world, I have some sort of like borderline obsession where I used to just like, I revered James Lindsay up until like a month and a half ago, and I just thought he was the best. I've been bitching and complaining about that guy for a while. I've spoken to him like 3 times in my life, but I'm blowing up a personal relationship? No, I don't accept that. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. And so I hear like saying the same thing about Steven Crowder. You want to talk about how Steven Crowder blew up his relationship with Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro in the Daily Wire? I mean, to me, how I read that is Jeremy Boring and the Daily Wire tried to bend Steven Crowder over and fuck him. And Steven Crowder recorded them doing it, and they didn't know about it, and they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Like, I don't blame Crowder at all for that. That was a based fucking move. And so, I mean, maybe Crowder has personal difficulties with people. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say there aren't people I've gotten in real fights with that I had a personal relationship with. I mean, I'm sure that's true here and there, but like, why don't we talk about the people who make this shit up? And just say like, oh, she like, you know, she blew up the personal relationship with me. I'm sorry, I spoke to you one time in my life. Like, we don't have a personal relationship, bro. And so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. And why aren't we complaining about the fact that you're lying? Like, Jeremy Boring was lying when he tried to make this whole big rationalization for why he didn't screw over Steven Crowder. Just like Jeremy Boring was lying when he got everyone at the Daily Wire to say that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite. Why aren't we more mad at them for doing that? Because they're the ones causing the problems in the first place.
In that clip. So if she has a clip that says, hey, he's not.
Well, no, you've literally listed 2 people. You've listed 2 people there. How many people haven't you listed? And by the way, it kind of looks like Jared was trying to fuck over Steven Crowder because he was pissed off about something else. So I don't buy Jared's story. I don't know. I mean, maybe Steven Crowder did blow up the relationship with Dave Landau. We don't know. But like, what I will say is Steven Crowder also has people that work with him that love him, that would walk in front of a bus for him. So why are we dismissing the fact that, you know, you want me to believe that Steven Crowder just blows up every relationship? How long has Gerald been working for him? How long has Gerald been running that entire thing? Like, for every example, you can probably have a couple examples on the other side of saying, no, we really like him and we worked for him for a while and it was just fine. Sometimes people are like that, guys. Sometimes, I mean, especially people with a lot of fire, like, you'll have a lot of people that hate you. You'll have a lot of people. I mean, I'm like this. This is like, I'm like a you love me or you hate me person. And I suspect Steven Crowder is the same way, which is why I'm using myself as an example of this. I have a ton of people who hate me. I have a ton of people who I've never spoken to that hate me. I have a ton of people that will bitch and complain all day on the internet about how much they hate me and how I'm a narcissist and this and that and the other thing and blah, 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 blah. But guess what? I also have a ton of people who love me. I have a ton of people in the chat right now who fucking love me. And no matter how many times the people on the internet complain, I hate Carlin for reason X, Y, B, and Z, and she is a cluster B narcissist, and baby. Like, I have just as many people on my team that love me, that have been with me for years, that have supported my work for years, that have never done any of that, that have probably spent more time with me and had more conversations with me than all of the people complaining on Twitter. And so I say that because, you know, you can look at these people and say, you know, oh, Steven Crowder blows up all these relationships. And I have 2 examples of Dave Landau and Jared Monroe where he blew up the relationship. Well, so what? He probably has a lot of people on the other side that love him and love him just as he is and love being around him and love his style. Not everyone is meant to be best friends, guys. Not everyone is meant to like be in your life forever. It's just the way it goes.
I would think, oh, wow, all the conservatives, you guys would be the first to report, except for Tim. He was the only one who did. And it's like, you were willing to make video.
Yeah, well, if you're, are you asking like the ring cam footage about him?
No, it was video of his wife in court, and she said he was not abusive. This is on camera. The nanny also testified not abusive.
I think my video specifically was about the nanny footage, which I mean, to tell your spouse that you do not love them, I do think that's, I mean, emotionally abusive.
Well, I wouldn't say that's emotionally abusive. No. And because he says you do not show me love, and what he was referring to in the video, if you really listen, pay attention, and there was clip cut out, was that she was not showing him love because she didn't listen to him. And it's like trad wives. Why wasn't the question? Why didn't you walk the dog like you were told?
Yeah.
But
If you're
Again,
really,
there's
yeah.
a lot.
Real
There's a
quick.
lot to do with the whole Steven Crowder situation that I'm just not going to comment on, like
Did-
publicly.
Didn't-
well,
did-
but you
real
were
quick,
you were
he's
you were willing to
litigious.
publicly make video after video after video
about
so,
what was publicly
so
available.
and
for
and
sure.
so is the nanny footage. So is
I mean, I actually am on Steven Crowder's side on this, but Pearl is being so annoying about it that it's actually making me not want to be on Steven Crowder's side. Lauren Chen is allowed to have an opinion. Lauren Chen probably really does know stuff about how Steven Crowder behaved behind the scenes at the Blaze that she is not allowed to say, that influence her opinion. There is no doubt in my mind about that. Lauren Chen's allowed to have an opinion. Lauren Chen's allowed to make videos about whatever the fuck she wants to make videos about. And Pearl is just coming across as an annoying bitch that is probably turning more people off from Steven Crowder than she is getting them on his side. Thank you, Heather. You are one of the only people I've followed for years and never gotten disappointed with. Oh, what a nice compliment. I appreciate that, Heather. Thank you so much for the super chat. Guys, if you are enjoying our late night stream, please make sure to mount the like button for me, if you would be so kind. Now, I keep checking to see if Nick has woken up yet to go live on Rumble as he said he would, but apparently Nick is not doing a show tonight, so that's all right. We'll stick with this.
like, so
But
why
quick
don't
question?
Go ahead.
Isn't it confirmed that I could be wrong about this, that Crowder's wife deleted a bunch of footage from
over
their
Yeah.
100? That's important, you would think.
Yeah.
That's
Cr-
something that
conservatives.
so actually, Justice Warrior did this whole breakdown about it. That's something that Crowder's team is alleging, but I don't know if the court itself has verified or backed it up at this
And I'll
point.
tell you why I knew it was full of shit when I first heard it, because I've interviewed so many men that have gone through the same exact thing. And what women do is they poison the well for years. So they'll go around to all of his friends and drop little tidbits of abuse. Now, the common ones are emotional abuse, physical abuse. Some throw in the pedo accusation. That's devastating to
Wow.
men. That's a devastating one. They'll say it about their family. So they'll do this for years. Then when they come out and say he's abusive, they have all of these people ready to back them up in
Mhm.
white knight. And then typically what you get is an out of context clip that they throw out there. And so I knew what was happening when I first saw the video.